Hi, my name is Graham Jeacocke. Now, modern pianists, the musical schools, and the general public that like classical music have failed to convince the world what music actually is and does for a person, because they bite the hand that feeds them. By this I mean the composers themselves. They disrespect them. Now, a Christian, a sincere Christian, a devout Christian, should never judge God because God feeds them. They provided life for him. You see, but a musician, the professors, the scholars, most of them judge the hand that feeds them, i.e. the composers who gave their blood to come up with musical gems, or they might not be gems, but they still showed hard work. And in law, you are obligated to a wage. You do not contribute voluntarily. You see, you get paid for any work done because it is an obligation. Now, I want to quote from what considered one of the greatest pianists, Frederick Golda. Now, Frederick Golda failed. He had all these skills, but he failed to stand up and keep on fighting for the little people. The little composers, or even the big composers that never got heard. I don't want to boast, I'm just making my point to see the contrast. Certain people stand up, certain people take a back step, and this is why things happen. Because I succeeded to get the works out there. Whether they are a performance level is not the question you should be asking, because you do not get paid a wage because your work is perfect. Now, here's a quote by Frederick Golda, a concert pianist, loved by many, many, many people. The ordinary concert audience wants to see an artist as a DJ, always playing the same 5 sonatas, to exaggerate the point. There's no point playing anything new to this sort of audience because it doesn't want to hear it. Having butted my head against this wall in vain for years, I finally told myself, the only thing left to do is to chuck them all out, since there's no talking to them. I gradually and very successfully turned to a young audience that's more open-minded towards new efforts in music. I don't even think the things I'm doing are particularly original. Anyone who does something different or new will have problems with people who won't put up with it. That's all there is to it. Well, Frederick Golda's just explained the battle between Christianity and non-Christians. There's people that just won't believe it. And what do you do with all these people who don't believe? Do you force them against their will to go to heaven? Anyway, I'm getting off the point. Now, you see, the purpose of my channel is to exploit my gift from God, however bad it is, and use it fruitfully. By that I mean, I could very easily have kept my skill quiet and kept all these musical pieces hidden from the public and just played them to my heart's desire, and then just perfected the great pieces of music, like the great Beethoven sonatas, or the Chopin sonatas, or the Chopin nocturnes. I could have just concentrated and perfected them, but I didn't, because I'm a compassionate man. I know what oppression is. However, you see, oppression doesn't have to be violence. It doesn't have to be the extreme visualizations that people get truly upset about. Oppression can be subtle. And musicians are really oppressing composers of their rightful place to be heard by the public. You see, Daniel Barenboim, a great pianist, a great conductor, a great musician, he made the point that we should believe what the public says about a piece of music. But should we? Because on the very first occasion that Johannes Brahms played the first piano concerto, they tore it apart. They did not like it. And that crushed Johannes Brahms. And I don't think, I mean, the musicians are trying to convince the government to fund primary schools with money to teach classical music, say, oh, it builds character in individuals, it makes people appreciative. That's a load of crap, because the very people in music are restricting how people play it, what they get to play. Can you imagine the proms programming music? That would be very controversial to hear, because the audience needs to be aware that if music is to be this great thing that people can benefit in life from, they have to be able to sit down and experience something that they might not want to hear. It's like a good intellectual discussion. You might not believe the points, but you've got to hear them. Now, my channel has over 8,000 musical videos. Now, the educated musicians know exactly what sight reading is. And I'm very disheartened by how musicians have treated me, because musicians teach the public how to view music. And if musicians are judging poorly, then the public are going to judge poorly. Anyway, that's it. I hope you get something from it. Bye.